Let's kick off some tidbits for the week. The tidbits proudly supported by Hawkesbury Brewing Co. Go and check them out. Hawkesbury Brewing Co. Down there at Lisarow. Go and stop in, have a beer, watch some sport on the big screen, and grab a burger or whatever's on the weekends. They have food trucks and all sorts of things in there. So go and check them out. All right, who's kicking us off? Davo, is it?
Yeah, mate, I'm up first. So this one in 1927, so we're going back a bit, Lou Gehrig had 173 runs batted in. So that's a hell of a season on its own. But Gehrig batted 60 times after Babe Ruth, who'd cleared the bases before him. So that's adds to the type of season Gehrig had. 173, you'd be proud of that any day of the week. But to know that 60 times you've gone up with no one on base and still had that, unbelievable.
Massive stat.
1927, that was your 21st, wasn't it, that year, Davo?
No, 19, mate. I'm not quite that old. Yes.
My bad.
Getting up there, but not quite that old. Because that was Murderers Row, I think, wasn't it? 27 Yankees when they
something like that.
They had their big year, but yeah, unbelievable.
What?
So the second one tonight, we've got him back, our GOAT, good old Tony Gwynn. So last year, the National League strikeout leader was Kyle Schwarber with 200. The AL strikeout leader was Suarez with 196. That's just for one season. Tony Gwynn's total strikeouts during the entire decade of the 1990s was 188. So these guys outdid him in 1 year what it took him to do in a decade. So you see footage of Tony Gwynn facing Randy Johnson or something. Johnson's thrown a wicked 0-2 slider, and he's just gone down and got it poked to left field. So the legend that is Tony Gwynn, you just keep finding things on him.
He's a legend. And we do find things day after day on Tony Gwynn, but what a legend. Randall.
Yeah, speaking of Kyle Schwarber, he is now homered in the following games: the World Series, the American League Championship Series, the National League Championship Series, the American League Division Series, the National League Division Series, an AL wildcard game, an NL wildcard game, and now the World Baseball Classic. That's a fair list to tick off, isn't it?
Legend.
That's a lot of key games.
Yeah.
Lots of key games, but I'm going back to the 200 strikeouts he had as well.
Well, yeah, that too. Number 2, next one, into Davo's cricket field. Last test was the first time Smith and Labuschagne both were bowled in the same test innings. I find that pretty remarkable, actually.
They played a few.
They have played a few. So
pretty ordinary shots too they played.
Well, yeah,
mind you.
I think they both played on, didn't they?
Yeah.
Both chopped onto the stumps. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if that sort of stat exists anywhere else. Like, I would assume that they were caught behind an awful lot, both of them.
Yeah.
Or caught. But yeah, for them both to never be bowled in the same test is pretty phenomenal, really.
And they've played a few tests together too and batted together a lot. So it's not like it's someone who's come in and they've only had 10 or 15 innings together. I reckon these two will be getting close to 100 at least, I'd say. So they've been both around for a while and 2 innings in a match.
Maybe. This one, I saw this one this morning and had to send it on to you guys. Like, this is probably that true meaning for the World Baseball Classic for some of these guys. The 21-year-old Nicaraguan pitcher, old mate Herbert. I'll call him. Struck out. Yeah, that whatever you call him. Struck out Juan Soto, Julio Rodriguez, and Rafael Devers in the one game. Tigers had a scout there at the game, and an hour after the game, he had a contract signed with the Tigers.
You beauty.
That's pretty cool. From a little South American country, maybe they don't have a lot of scouts down there or whatever. Gets a chance to play in the World Baseball Classic in front of the big people, and gets noticed. Has a good outing, gets noticed, and gets a contract.
They say anything about what numbers, what he got signed for? I haven't seen
I
anywhere.
haven't seen anything, mate.
Yeah.
This was just something I come across this morning. I thought, wow, that's a true sign of what the World Baseball Classic's all about. Some of these countries getting to showcase what they can do.
Absolutely. Speaking of Juan Soto, did you guys see his bomb today?
I did end up catching up. Didn't miss it, did he?
Did not miss it. That was upper deck.
Bit like Otani's home run against Australia. Did not miss that either.
No.
I think Otani's was bigger.
Yeah, way bigger. Bigger.
That's everyone's dreams, that it's like to go on this stage, be seen, and get signed. It's like a 21-year-old. Good on him.
Absolutely.
He was probably just stoked to be able to get to play and play against some of these guys that he was playing against. It was like the pitcher from Australia the other day that struck out Otani.
Yeah,
that's something he'll never forget.
That's it.
Unreal experience. He may never get to throw in the majors or whatever, or in the minor leagues, whatever. But he got to throw to Otani while Otani's in his prime.
Yeah,
it's not like he's retired from professional ball and come to Australia to play in the ABL or something like that. It's not a rehab game. It's it's a World Baseball Classic game.
Massive.
Love it.
Massive. What about this guy? Durangelo. He's going to start as a righty on the Friday, and then on the Saturday he's starting as a lefty. When I first seen this, I thought, they're twins. No, bit of left-right action or right-left action, as the case may be. How good's that?
He throws. Sorry, mate, you go.
I was going to say, you think they'd give him at least a day rest in between, because how's he going to wipe his ass when his arm's hanging on both sides?
He'd probably be too sore on the Sunday, mate. Second day soreness. So, yeah. When you think about throwing, though, it is an all-body sort of movement. It's not just the arm. So, yeah, I wouldn't like to see him do that when he's older. That's for sure.
No.
That lower half using your legs, but I've seen him throw both right and left-handed, and he can get it up there, both as either arm. So it's not like one is weaker than the other. So just to be able to do that is unbelievable. But to be a starting pitcher 2 days in a row, pretty good.
Imagine going through his career further on, if he could do that and throw. He makes a series, World Series or whatever, and throws game 1, 3, and 5. Yeah, it'd be pretty insane. But
I'd love to see him go against switch hitters, and it's like the battle they could have. They bring in the pitch clocks. It's sort of like he's out there as a right-hander. Now I'm going to switch to be a left-handed hitter. All right, I'm swapping the glove over here. I'm going as a left-handed thrower. Now I'm swapping back over to right-handed hitter.
Oh, that'd do your head in.
Yeah,
trying to watch that. Well, they were bringing some sort of ruling about that, weren't they?
I think you had to designate before you pitch to the batter or something like that.
Anyway, good luck to old Durangelo. What about this guy, Daniel Ricciardo? So last year he finished up his contract, and he's the real winner this year. Imagine getting paid $18 million not to drive that car, then becoming the third driver for Red Bull. So it doesn't even say what he's getting paid here for Red Bull. But yeah, 18 mil from McLaren and not even driving. What a legend.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. From all the rumors and reports I've heard, he might get a run anyway as their third driver, as their second driver, later on in the season. Apparently they weren't happy with Perez, but we'll see what happens there. I'm no
you would have
F1
a smile
expert.
on your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my word.
Absolutely. He's a legend of a bloke. And that rounds out our tidbits for Hawkesbury Brewing Co. this week. We like to thank them, and we'll be down to have a beer there very soon.